Hello, hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Alchemy. We should only have one more day of my mic sounding all fucked up and stuff. Um, what's it called? I just ordered a new mic stand, or sorry, one more week rather. But my stuff should be coming in on Saturday, and then I should have my mic stand, and I can put it close to my face again. Right now, it's on the desk, so it sounds a little bit distant, and it's kind of annoying. But what can we say? Welcome.
Are you ready?
Are you? Well, are we? I'm not even ready yet. I don't even have Bitly pulled up. Today we're going to be doing some sound design. I want to do some bass stuff. I don't have a long stream today, just because I got to go around 5:45. However, we're going to be doing some mesh stuff. We'll be doing some phase plant stuff. Just some bass design practice as usual. And then I'll be making some things inside of the mesh grid just to work on getting familiar with it and get ready for some material that I need to cook up. So yeah, let's go ahead and do some PP stuff first, and then I'll see if I can translate some of that to the other thing, and we'll see where we go from there. Feel free to kick back, relax, ask questions, try the meatloaf. I'm here all week type deal. Okay, so for me, what am I doing? Something like this, I believe. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go there. And let's just create like a single LFO. Like this. And then here we go. Okay. Right into multipass. Here. Uh-oh, big sneeze coming in. Yo, what's up, Nate?
Oh, shoot!
Yeah. Woo. All right, let's go into Q stuff. And let's go and do one more. And actually, no, this will be side. And then now we can do some really interesting stuff. So I can do something like this. Um, how do I want to do this? Yeah, probably like that. Hey, Aaron, what's up? All right. So this one will pick up this one. This one will pick up this one. And this one will pick up this one. And then we can have this go super slow. There, there. Hey, what's up, Erdem Keys? So now we've got oh right, need to map these two. Interesting. So it doesn't seem like this is actually going up the way that I want it to. Because it should be passing through all of these, right? If I'm not mistaken. Which it looks like it is. But it's not really doing the thing. Hey, Arl, what's up? Oh, okay, that would help. There we go. Let's put this before. Let's turn this off for a sec and then have a listen through this. Use a saturator. Crazy. Woo! It's a little much on the upper harmonics, but yeah, I agree. Kind of hard to beat. It's so good. It just does all the things. I wish I could talk about it, but I can't. I'm sorry. I've got the nuclear codes in the soft synth industry right now. Yeah, I got a few. Well, didn't they already show some stuff off that I'm not going to mention in case if they didn't? I'll also say I'm not the only one that's had access to the beta. Nice. Pretty dope. Now, I want this to have a little bit more. I want that to cut out a little bit more and see what that does. Oh shit, you can't see that, I'm sorry. I just adjusted the low pass. Now we're just adjusting this. Still a bit much whenever it gets to the upper harmonic or the higher notes, so let's try this, see what this does. Pretty dope. Yeah, I wanted to see what would happen if I do just a little bit of FM to this. And let's see if we can see what happens if I do this. Put it on this side. Because this should cover more of it. Yeah, it sounds like it makes it sound a little bit cleaner. Oh, there we go. It's got more of that, like, whoa. Let me see if I can do something else that's interesting with this. That's pretty cool. It's a nice little warm-up bass. Alright, cool. I just wanted to flex some muscles there before I got into this stuff, because I'm going to have to relearn. Not relearn, but you know what I mean, like adjust into a lot of this stuff that we're doing. If you guys don't know what this is, pretty much Patcher, but third party. So let's do the thing. Let's see. I'm gonna ask him if we can create like an option drag or something. That'll be helpful. Do something like this. Send this into the FM. Is that FM? Why is the audio in going to that? There we go. Okay, let's go to the second octave. There we go. Make this go up a little more. That's interesting. Yeah, the behavior of this is still a little strange, but it's kind of cool. Interesting. Um, Waveform. Warp. Go kind of slow. I feel like there's something that I'm not doing right with this though, because it's not interacting in the way that it should be. So I'm kind of curious as to what's going on there. One thing that I just noticed that's really cool about this is, did you guys see how when I clicked on a node, it would overlap that? That's that's really nice because that helps you get chords and stuff out of the way. Replace that with an alpha. That's really nice that I can just replace that. We've been asking for that in Phase Plant for years. Okay, let's add another oscillator. Bring the level down here. There it is. And with this, we can... I think there's a way that we can change this into the, yeah, pitch mode. But is there a ratio? Okay, it's fine because we can just do this. Try the first handle. Oh, I did. Thanks, though. But for some reason, this isn't giving me any level, it doesn't sound like. Turn this all the way down. Oh, that might help. There we go. And then I suppose with this, I'll actually, to get the FM to do what I wanted to, because it seems like this will make sounds, but I need to actually send that in. funny enough, it sounds like it's going into the pitch, which is kind of funny. Cool. Band split. That's a filter. Let's do one more. Let's add a filter. Let's go here. Is there a shelf? Doesn't look like it. No big deal. We'll just go replace with EQ. These guys to come here. It's cool that you can use all your plugins in it. Yeah, I think that's why it's better than the grid. It's because you can use all your plugins in it. You know? In this, we will apply probably another instance of neat. Imagine. And this needs to go here. Rectify, smear. There we go. This is like erosion. Oops. And we need some kind of device that would be like an amp. So I suppose we can just use a convolver along with another instance of distortion. Touch. Hey, I'm about to do something and this is going to get loud, so be careful. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Sometimes whenever this plays, it's loud as fuck. And I've asked him to fix that, so. We'll use something. We'll try that. This. LFO over this. And we'll map this to the mix. We'll map this to the mix. What? We'll map this to the mix. Go. Make this go kind of slow. Node, go EQ. Here. Add it there. Here. What am I missing here? Low one. There we go. Do another one. I actually don't know if he's got these on here, but we'll see. Okay, he does not. Let me write this down very quickly. Let me see what's on the utility. Okay, so there's at least this. That. Okay, so what we would do is create a splitter here. Actually, we would just do this. So, hit sides. Another one that goes here. And do something like this. We need to give this just a little bit of spread, I think, in order for this to start working in the way that's intended. Bell notch, low cut, high cut. 1 of 1. Okay. Just looking to see what features are on here, if at all. Okay, it works, it's just not showing. Go. Crossover high. Set this to be super slow. Um, should be 4, if I'm not mistaken, right? Oh no, okay. So that's being met up there. Okay, that looks good. Then we can replace this with a filter. Then we can insert a node here and go neat for the distortion. Insert node, multiband, dynamics. Oops, no. Was there double? I think so. Yeah, I think I had double the bass coming in through this. Yo, what's up, Alex? This thing is just, I think I broke it. Hmm. So I'm gonna add an EQ here. And what this is going to do is just I'm going to take the high band. uh, and I'm going to set this to a little bit of minus. Not a lot, but just a little bit to. Sweet. So if I go Shift M, Command M, okay, that mutes. We can add a sampler through this. And what is this? Record in. Okay, let me add this. And sample. That'd be cool if we can FN the sampler. Yeah. But now in this we can, excuse me, restart this. Actually, let me do this, I believe. Cool. Command M is to deactivate or mute, or to mute or unmute. So what I'll do is I'll save this. Save mesh as base builder. Base builder 9000. And then I'll open. See if this can get this to reset. Maybe we need to go to a new sampler. Or I think if I just close out of this. There we go. Okay. So now we can take that and toss that here. Oh, oh wait. Okay, so that's kind of useless. I'm pretty sure that we will be able to just add that and just drag that in. That's a really big workflow thing. I'm almost fairly certain that he's going to add that. Or just matter of when. New. Okay. Node, envelope. Level. What's this? Oh, this has its own attack, hold, and release? Okay. No. This might be insane. I don't know. Kind of like it better without the filter, to be honest. That's insane. Crazy. Wait, what? What just happened? Oh, I think I just connected it to the, yeah, it also connected to the phase modulation. So I was like, what the fuck? Okay, that's a thing. That's a kink that I'll ask him to work out as well. Whatever it was pretty cool. Well, so because this has proximity, whenever you hold this close, it'll see that little connection right there. It tried to snap it to it, so that's kind of what ended up happening. I want to see if I can make this a little more dramatic. Man, this responds really well. Can you rename this? Smart. There we go. How about that? It took me a really long time, but we got something. um, could have been worse. So I am curious. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, there we go. So that's got MIDI through. Sorry, so what I did was I just connected the MIDI from here all the way to the outside, so that way there's MIDI through. I actually have an idea for something. I'm going to call it smart lanes. So imagine, and I think this might be possible, it might not be possible, but imagine if instead of these just being connectors, pretty happy with mesh so far, definitely kind of buggy and rough around the edges, but the potential is there. Have I found a way to do multi-out? Um, what do you mean by multi-out? Like superior drummer type multi-out stuff? Or what are we talking here? So there is something built in for that. So what you do is you go to something. Let me save this just in case. Save mesh. Okay, new mesh. So what you do is you go add node, superior drummer. Give it a sec. Right here, this is where your multi-out is. So you just tell it where to go. So if you want all of your outs, so let's say my kick and snare is output 1 and 2, or sorry, my kick is output 1 and 2, my snare is 3 and 4, hats are 5 and 6, toms are 7 and 8, 9 and 10 is my overheads, and 11 and 12 is my room. Then now you've got all these different outs to tell it where you want to go. I asked him about that, so I asked him to add the multi-output thing on this as well. But that kind of defeats the I mean, I'll ask him about it, but yeah, that kind of defeats the purpose of even having this in the first place, right? This is called Mesh, and it's basically Patcher, but with modulators and all that other stuff. For sidechaining purposes. I think, okay, so you might not be able to have multi quote unquote out, but you can have a mesh talk to another mesh. So you can have like the audio in have a sidechain thing from another mesh, I believe. I don't quite remember how to do that, but that is a good point. Let me write that down. Are you all right if I complain how trash FL is using it at the moment? Yeah, I mean, if you're a user, then, then bitch away. But yeah, there's this. I should probably put the affiliate link in here. Can you guys give me 1 second? Gotcha, that could help me do what I need to do things. Give me 1 second. Hold up. Okay. 1 second. I'm still here. I'm just doing something super fast. YouTube Studio. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you though. Were you saying about treating lanes like channels such a silly dot? No, I was talking about creating smart lanes. So I'll explain that more in a second. Just give me one moment. If anybody's interested, I do have an affiliate link there. Paste. There we go. Not saying that you guys should need to do that, but I figured if I'm advertising this, then I might as well showcase that. Not saying anybody needs to buy it or use it, but other creators have it. But okay, so you see how this has multiple lanes, right? So imagine if, because this is probably one of my biggest issues with modular. Is this kind of shit. Although I really like that I can just like extend a node and then that'll pop up. That's really fun. So one of my biggest issues is with creating lanes that do this. Why is that going into that? And then having to try to figure this out, right? So wouldn't it be cool if there were smart lanes where this would try to create or redirect or have like a crooked or a more steep thing to where it would be like boom, boom, straight line, boom, boom, as opposed to just having the curve. Wait, are you live on Twitch? No, I'm not live on Twitch, but my account is connected to both Twitch and whatever. And the reason why I think this would be important is because when you have these other lanes that have like certain sequences like this, it would be nice to be able to like have a more precise flowchart of how everything is extended. I don't know, does that kind of make sense? Like this isn't bad right here, I suppose. But it would be really nice if it was like and then this was like yeah, kind of like I don't know what else to call it other than like smart lanes. Because when you do the organize, look at how this cleans up. Oh, see, that looks nice. Yeah, but when I did this earlier on the last one, it didn't do that. But ideally, that's what I would like to have, is just something that's like, you know what I mean, just a splitter that, or like having more clear routes of what's going into what. Although I feel like that's a headache of a problem to try to solve when you get into complex routing. Speaking of, why don't we go ahead and build a superior drummer template? Actually, no, I'm going to wait. And the reason why I'm going to wait is because when the next update comes out, there's going to be a mixer. And so I'll wait on that because I feel like having the mixer would be really nice to do. I do think that I asked Mike about the multi-out though, because I remember making that suggestion on the first stream that we had with the superior drummer. of remember, you know how it's on right here for this guy, where it has like all of the outputs or whatever. So I think that just creating a list of outputs would be smart. Yeah, he's aware. He man, like he's super on top of a lot of the stuff that like we find to be really important. I think right now his biggest focus is just trying to streamline this process. But yeah. And then I think another big thing which we had I think multiple people have suggested is like grouping. So that way if I want to take the entire group of something like, let's say I have a huge rack of something, it'd be nice to group all of that and then be able to just replace it within the chain because that's a pretty big or some kind of container, you know what I mean? That would be really smart. Because that way I can just build containers and stuff. Even if you can't save the containers, or if you could, that would be really awesome. Or I'm kind of torn between whether or not it should be like convert to mesh effects, or if it should be like just convert inside of another mesh or something of the sort. But yeah. And then I'm also curious if there is save as default. Default mode. Oh, you can make the window sizes bigger. That's cool. Oh, this is for the metering. Never mind. Plugins, graphics, general, mesh helper. Let me see if there's a way to modulating serum parameters, but I'm sure that'll get ironed out soon. Yeah, it's definitely not perfect. Built a fat rack mesh just to throw that in the end of the patches. Untitled mesh. Okay, I don't think that there's a save as default, so default templates would be good. I want to try coming back to this for a quick second. And mesh file, base builder 1000. I want to see if this is going to let me upload this. Title, base maker. What does it do? Modular fat rack. This looks like it's working now. Super cool, loosely based on the VR one in Ableton. You audio. Sweet. That's so cool. Look at that, guys. This is like one of the dopest things about this plugin. You know what I mean? Just being able to share in this way of like, yo, check out the sound, and like you don't have to download a file or anything like that. You can just open up the website and then it's there. Yeah, that's super sick. Curious how it'll go with everyone having different plugins. So what it does is if you don't have the plugin, it'll just show a plugin with exclamation point. But that's the cool thing about it, because look, so because I've already seen this. We go to browse. Let me find seamless thing. Where are you at, seamless? There we go. If you don't have the plugin, it'll do this. But what's cool about this is you just go, well, there should be a thing that just goes replace. Like, what is this? Maybe that's because this is a special kind of component. So I have that. I've written that down because normally that should be a thing that you can just go replace. But what you can do is just get one of these guys and go add node. And go, I don't know. What's a filter plugin that I have? Sure. There you go. And then wherever that LFO was, you can just bring it back. And it's not that hard to replace. And I'm sure the audio still, it does, yeah, it still works. It just bypasses it. But it would be nice if you could, instead of me having to delete that and replace it and then reconnect, it would be cool if that replace was there. But I think that this is only with stuff that you own, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass. But I don't know, for now, my focus has been primarily on making stuff with just the first party things, because whatever I share, I would like people to be able to use it. You know what I mean? So I'd like people to be able to just like open this up and then get right to business, as opposed to like having a bunch of multipass and phase plant stuff, which seems counterintuitive to the whole thing, but as a means of like sharing, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't able to get the macro to modulate another macro. Yeah, I've even had macros modulate LFOs and all of that. Actually, I did it on that patch that I just made. Right here. So this is modulating this. It looks like you technically can, but doesn't look like it's working. So mod remapping not working. Were you able to at least set it up? Because this says that it's working, right? But and it works here on the value, it just doesn't work on... Yeah, so it's just a bug. Oh, that's cool. You see how this is transparent? I didn't notice that before. That's pretty sick. Yeah, it'll get fixed, but I wrote it down in my notes. Let's check this one. Yep. Okay. I still think it would be fucking sick if we could do this and also modulate the phase. Mike was against it because he was like, well, at that point, we might as well just do wavetable. Is that random? Oh, that's cool. I didn't notice that. Because it's so tiny. But that is cool. Yeah, he didn't want to do it. Mosquito synth. I know, right? Okay, I'm trying to see if there's a way to... There it is. Monophonic. Boom. So when that works, that's so sick. They added a new freeze button to Live's delay in 12.4 update. It's kind of cool, I guess. I think it might be mixing with the dry signal with no crossovers. I don't know. To be honest, I don't think so. this freeze? That's still super fast. Still super fast. Sounds really good though. Okay, let's see if what you were talking about introduces notches. So what I'll do is I'll just get a square wave. And then I'll grab dynamics. Yeah, it does. But rather than it just introducing notching, I think it's just phasing. So that was a good catch. Phasing on mix dynamics. Although I wonder though if fuse compressor does that too though. No, it doesn't. FL Studio, the slowest way from your brain to the speakers. That shit is ass backwards for me. I just, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, so fuse compressor does not do that. So that'll be something to have checked out as well. Was finally able to catch a string. Hey, something, something burning. 92, 97. It's pretty funny. Is there anything else that you all want to see within Mesh? You want to try to build a kick, maybe? We could do that. ODC. Oscillator. Oscillator. Noise. No, no, no. C. P. Is there a delay on here? There's not, but it's nice that we could just convert that to an LFO. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but pretty nice. It's actually, I'm gonna send this into Neat. Send this in Neat. That way we can just sum it. Least it's LFO. Something like that. Are there plans to make the last move parameter on top of modulation list? Yes, something like that. I already asked about that. Okay, I think that this is going to be a problem because the transposition only goes up to 12. So this might not be the move yet. Well, so hi Mesh. The issue with this though is that I don't know what pitch it is. If I set this to here. So even if I go to frequency, whenever I'm moving this, um, now I don't know. Like right now, this is at 440, but that's set to A. So it would be nicer if it just like went up to like plus 60 or something. And then also if there was a ratio mode, um, that would also be a thing. Yeah, thank you for all the hard work you've done. You've been doing a great job. Oh yeah, not only that, but now I can't tune it. So I would prefer, yeah, I would totally 100% just prefer to be able to tune this to a note and then have a higher transposition. It just makes more sense because I might not want to play the same note over and over again. I might want to actually be able to tune that. But we can see what would happen if we also set this to a separate LFO to an octave and see what that does. Just make this go really fast. Nice. Okay. Hold up. That's not the end of the world. Tune? Fourth knob. Oh. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Just use that. Sorry, I didn't know the difference between transposition position and tune. I thought that this was like some other kind of offset or something. My bad. Modulation. I think the first LFO, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Thank you. Let's go with this. Wrong LFO. There we go. Okay, now we're in business. All right. Here we go. You double click on a modulation handle, Gray, there's a mapping mode. Wait, double click on a... If you double click on a modulation handle, the gray dot, this, or this. Oh, is that new? You can also, like, I haven't adopted this yet, but you can also just go right click and then modulation settings or add LFO or add envelope. So I really need to get better at this. This is probably the way to do it. I have something nice to say about FL for once. Automatic crossfades is pretty cool. I think that most DAWs have that though, right? Is there a delay on the envelope option? Or does it have to be converted into an LFO? It's particularly nice in FL though. Nope. Okay. There's that. Let's add a filter. So for this, we're just going to use this as a regular thing. We can try the transient mode on this, which I haven't tried before. What is RISP? Is that like respect? Sounds pretty good. Try this just on a single band. These. Oh, that's so long. Oops. Holy shit. Interesting. There's a bit of a square sound coming into that, but that's not that big of a deal. Let's do just a touch of this. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is this crossover at? Whoa, 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 whoa. What? What is this going to? Oh, I see. I was like, huh? We'll say 48 semitones is plenty for 99% of things, but I do like to make the kicks go to 20 kilohertz and still have it tuned to a specific bass note. Okay, you're now, nah, that's just psycho. Okay? Nobody need, I'm just kidding, but that's a little extreme. Okay, that doesn't sound terrible. I just want to take away the squarifying effect on this. So it might need to be from here to... There we go. It's not a bad kick. See how loud this is? Oh, wait. Is there... spectrogram, oscilloscope... Hey. Sweet, there is a left meter on this. Yep, that's what I was looking for. That's pretty sick. It's a little small. Yeah, that's about it's about on par. So it can definitely make kicks. Definitely make kicks. That's not too difficult at all. Okay, let's give this some color now. Oh. Yeah, actually am I talking to Mike right now, or is this like Raph or someone else in the chat? Because I have a new, I'm so sorry, but I have a new list of things that I think would be helpful. Not to add to the pile of deadline things that have to be added, but I found a bunch of stuff. Okay, so let me see. So one thing that I ran into with the snapping of the oscillators is sometimes if you create a new thing like this will try to snap to all of these. And I don't know if there is an elegant solution for that, but whenever I did the cleanup like this, or I was FMing something and an oscillator was right next to it, whenever I would try to move the second one, it would automatically connect to the next adjacent one. And it's not a huge problem, but I just noticed that was kind of a thing. Mike, where's the official place for feature requests? In the Discord, I would imagine. So that's one thing. The second thing, I think we talked about this. I don't remember if we did or not, but just having multi-outs, adding like a multi-out in the same way that if you were to use like Superior Drummer or something. And at first I was like, well, why would you want that? But Owen in the chat was like, well, what if I wanted to sidechain something to another note or whatever? And I was like, oh, that's a good point. And so I feel like that would be, I feel like that would make sense. I've noticed that if there's a third-party plugin that we don't have, we cannot replace. And so that would be nice if we could still right-click and then replace, even if it was with something we don't have. Because like if you open up one of Seamless Patches, let me save this really quick and I'll show you what I mean. That's probably the best way to do that. First kick. We go to the browse feature here and we go to this guy. Multi-out is coming. All the workflow stuff for sure. Yeah, I thought it was. Forgive me. I can't even keep track of all the things that I've suggested at this point. But yeah, so I think that if this is a thing, then we can't swap that out. So that would be cool. I do realize that this might have a separate in, and I was thinking maybe that's the reason why. I've noticed this already, and the replace has to be there for missing plugins. Well, I actually I didn't want to necessarily say anything because this might be a special use case, because it looks like this actually has an in for like a sidechain for this particular filter type, and maybe that's why. But this was the only plugin that I've run into so far with other people's stuff that I don't have, so there's not really like a gauge of whether or not it's just this particular kind of scenario or not, you know? And then yeah, I was gonna get to it, Owen. I was gonna get to it. Let me get to it. So if we go to this guy, Base Builder 9000, Base Builder 9K. This works. If you macro an LFO, that works. But if we go macro to a macro, I think this is just a bug. Let me right click this and go bipolar. This does not work. Okay, cool. Well, it's already available. It's just not working. Mod remapping not working. Trans only goes up. Baller. Dude, I know, man. Like they're just on everything. So, there's one other strange thing with this that whenever you mess with the mix of the dynamics, it actually creates there's either aliasing or notching. So we just did that. So if I go into an oscillator, which I think you're already aware of this, but the behavior of the FM and PM is still kind of wonky too. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of strange. Oh, you saw the whole stream. Okay. Did you see the part that we had previously talked about that I'm going to attempt to this is cool, by the way. That's pretty sick. Can you modulate that? Hold up. Probably not. I'm gonna diet. Wait, this would probably be the easiest way to do it. Okay, that would be crazy if you do that. I totally totally understand if you can't do it, but that would be fucking crazy. Can we look at an envelope follower on an EQ also? I had a bug with it when modulating. Yeah, give me a second. Yeah, +1 though. I know that we talked about wavetable and lack of, but if there was a way to modulate this stuff, that would be crazy. I know that we talked about no wavetable and all of that stuff, but just saying, this would be super cool. That would be pretty sick. Not upset though if it's not feasible. That would separate itself from wavetable, because if you could do this and you could be able to, you know what I mean, you could be able to modulate these kinds of things, then you would create something that is way more dynamic than a wavetable, because it'd only be able to phase through certain cycles. But okay, so my inspiration from this came from Noisia, but in one of their tracks, they have something to where they're modulating between a fifth and a seventh that's going back and forth, and it's fucking sick. And there's definitely a way to do this, which, by the way, is there a ratio on here as well? Because you could just modulate the ratio if you had that, which I don't think that there is that mode, if I'm not mistaken. But if you can do it on a more complex level with multiple harmonics, then that would be even more insane. But yeah, totally get if that's, I don't know what I'm asking here, how difficult that is. So Chevy Chef. Oh, would this be ratio for this? So like if I was just playing like a sine wave on this and then I wanted to go to a seventh. Sorry, I think this is in frequency mode. Oh, but it adds clean harmonics. Like what if I wanted to have an oscillator here, like a second one, and send this into FM through like a seventh harmonic, you know what I mean? We could do this, which that works, but as a just as like a, if you had a different kind of waveform or something like that, I feel like it would make sense to have the pitch mode on here, maybe go into ratio as well on top of the note, frequency, and ratio. Aside from that, let's take a look at this multiband dynamics. Insert node. I feel like I'm just being critical, man. I'm sorry. I just... If you double click on the MIDI handle, it connects, by the way, a little speed up. Let me see. Okay, that's great. Thank you for telling me that. So I could just do that. Oh, templates. Is that something that we could do as well? So that way, like, I can just open up a basic template and have it, like, ready to go. Like a clipper on the end or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. Or, like, open up default preset or something like that. Okay, so if we take a look at this, check this out. Then it looks, I'm wondering if this is anti-aliasing. Yeah. Okay, cool. Wear that. Also, I would also say, like, hey, I'm totally okay with doing this, like, in private as well. I don't feel like I need to be on stream in front of everybody, like, talking about stuff that I'm like, hey, we should fix this. Because I feel like that kind of puts you on the spot, but since you said shoot, I'm up for it. Okay, multi-out, magnetic snap issue. Side, oh, yeah, so the sides, a mid-side split would be really cool. I know that you can use a utility on here, but as on top of the band split, it would be cool if we just had like an MS thing, as opposed to having to go in here, create another thing, go side, create another thing, and then create another lane. It would be cool if that was just like mid-side. I know that the mixer is coming. We've already talked about that with chat. Adding FM to the sampler, I don't know if that's possible or not. Or even phase modulation. And it doesn't need to be both, but that would be kind of cool if you can, because I know that the report in is one thing, but if there was a way to phase mod that, that would be pretty sick. Yeah, and then on side information, if anything, seeing the feedback taken seriously just makes me more hyped for Mesh, honestly. I know, right? There's so much stuff that, like, this is already a great piece of software. It's just been getting better and better. Base Builder 9000. Okay, so on this guy, wait, let me see here. It's pretty simple, but the side information doesn't show on this. It's definitely there. But as you can see, there's nothing coming through here. My main takeaway from this stream is really seeing you take too long and having small little UX work issues. Yeah, but I don't really want to say much about that because I feel like you're kind of already aware. You know what I mean? It's already there. But I guess you already saw the majority of the stream, so the only other suggestion that I think I have for today is whenever we go into cleanup or we go into organize, it would be nice if we had something like smart lanes, right? Because really, one of the main clutter issues of this is figuring out where everything is going, kind of like that, where all the lines just kind of pass through. But I don't really feel like it's the organize issue from that. It's more of wondering if there's like a way to, especially when doing band splits, if there's a way to create like a nice separation. Okay, sweet. Just not released yet. Yeah. If there was a way to create like a nicer separation of like where everything is going. But like I said, I don't really feel like it's necessarily exclusive to whatever. By the way, this, such a great idea. I love that you can just do that. But imagine if you can kind of lay this out to where this becomes more of like that, and this becomes more like that, especially when you have 3 lanes. Kind of like so. And this kind of goes back to that semi-modular thing that I was kind of kicking around with, but um yeah, like especially with the band splitter or like a multiple out thing, if it kind of just automatically like what is it, splays out, that would be kind of nice, because that way I can keep everything within these lanes like visible with what's going on. Uh-oh. Let me get rid of that. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. But yeah, I don't know, just some kind of interesting solution. One thing that I saw that you did, which was really cool, was I think it was here, where I had an oscillator go over that, and let me see. I think that it was like, I'll just attach this to anything. Okay, this is something that's super cool. I love that you did that. That you can tuck away, like whenever you're highlighting stuff, you can tuck these nodes in under. That is a fantastic idea. um, yeah. Because this is one of the biggest issues that I have with modular in general, is when stuff starts to just overlap, and then you're like, your eyes start hurting, and you're like, dude, I can't fucking see. Oh. All right. Last thing, I promise, bro. So with LFOs and stuff, I remember when we were talking about the contextual edit screens. I think that rather than having those edit screens here with just as I'm working on this, instead of this, because now I can't work with the rest of this stuff, I think that it would be cool if it was just a floating window. And the reason why, like I was just working on with the kick stuff, is that, let me go back to this. So in order for me to adjust this, wait, where did this go? And start to mess with this stuff, I have to take away all of my focus on what's going on the outside and to try to dial this in. But if this was just a floating window, then I can make those adjustments over time and still listen to it. But that seems to make, I don't know, dude. How do you all feel about that in the chat? I feel like that makes more sense to me personally, because that might even solve the issue of resizing, right? Because we talked about how difficult that would be of like resizing plugins and stuff. But if that contextual menu blows up and then you can just resize the window itself, then you can make it as big as you need to. Dude, you're a beast, bro. This has been so fun to. This has been like insanely fun to do the consulting part of this, because it feels like I'm a part of this, for one, you know. But also, like, it's just cool to like watch how much this thing has grown. Like, I think when Seamless did his video review, he was like, yeah, this has become something totally different than what it is now. And so just the amount of work that you put into this is, I don't know, man. I support this thing. It's freaking cool. Do you mind if we look at the envelope follower thing when you're done? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I got carried away. Okay, tell me how to set this up with what you're wanting. Something like this. Yo, is it greed? Huh? Modulate the EQ points, gain down with the envelope follower, then while playing the patch. Okay, yeah. So like what I had with the other thing, how it doesn't show. Okay, so we gotta do that. That's fine. What is band 0, by the way? I'm curious as to what that is. Oh, okay. Oh, that's the first band? Oh, shit. Okay. No, that's all good. I was just wondering what it was. Well, that seems to work. For me, it changed the resting position of the gain when moving the cue while playing the patch. Oh, well, it just did something. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, it like made a dip. Ah, okay. Yep, good catch. Yeah, dude, thank you. From the community. Thank you. I think that's pretty much it. Is there anything that you want to see me build, Mike? Anything that you're curious about to just watch throw together? I've got time for like one more patch before I have to go. I think all the other stuff we had already talked about. Something with feedback. Okay, I got you. Say less. The grouping thing would be really cool, though I don't really know how that would work. Maybe like a right click, turn to mesh or something would be cool. And also use PM and okay. I got you, fam. Got you. Learning. Also, if you use like an LFO on the phase knob, but like put the LFO extremely fast audio rate and then make like a very tiny bump, it's a fun hack. I'm gonna have to read that again, but I'm down. I think that I need to insert a utility here. So that way we can actually match that. Yeah. Okay, let me build some. Actually, I don't need to do that. I can just right click, pull the level back up, and pull the gain back down. Go add LFO. And I think what I'll do is, oh, modulate between, just make it super slow. Also, I don't want the gain to go up that large. That's going to scare the shit out of all of us. This is the way to go, by the way. Add the new LFO. That's the move for optimization, I feel. The utility gain knob value being weird, known thing. What's weird about it? Sorry. Insert node. Let's go filter. Nope. 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 Yes. Nope. Yes. Nope. Yes. The gain knob says like 1 dB when I'm moving it down, so it should be like -2. Might just be me. I'll submit a bug report later. Nope. Yes. Already fixed. It's already fixed, brother. Already fixed. Possible to add deeper pulls like 36 or 48? Question. Let's go here. Let's go add LFO. I'm just going to try to make this thing like move over time. Oh, that works. I'm not too worried about that. Let's go quickly organize. Try that one more time. Oh no, it did it. Let's get this away from here. Oh, no. That's what I'm talking about right there. Delay here. There we go. I love that, by the way, how I can just splice that in. That's one of my favorite things about this. Feedback knob on the delay. Feedback amount? Is that possible? Or is there another delay, perhaps? It's fine. Let's grab a ring mod on here. And this is going to be crazy, but I'm going to back off this and then just see what this does along with the secondary delay. I'm scared. That's not too bad. I was like, oh no, what's getting ready to happen? Right click, insert, clip. I'm gonna slowly back off of this and just see where that amount is that we can start to incorporate this. There we go. Sick. Crazy. Maybe not all the way, but now we can get into EQ. How do you feel about a push feature? So like let's say you insert a node over here, like does it seem like a dumb idea to be able to like put something in and then it moves everything else out of the way? Should just make auto room. Well, I mean, I could see some problems with it. Like, which way does it go? You know, or like which way does it push stuff out of the way or whatever, but I don't know, that seems like an interesting idea. I'm gonna put a chorus on this. Getting better at those keyboard commands. Let's try this or something different and see what this does. I'll go here and go add LFO, new LFO, LFO to scale. Just slow this down. And then right click. That down. Insert node. that was cool. That's pretty sick, man. Okay. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, what is that coming from? It's getting insane. Probably this. Feel free to just ping me on Discord. Mike W5. Okay, let's see if we can create some more phasing with this. Sorry. I think that was it. So we'll just back off of that for a hot second, then we'll bring it back in. It didn't let me try again. Yeah, so like the best way to get in contact with him is to go into the Discord and go here. Just go here and then go message. And then, yeah, do that. You might have to send him a friend request, but that would be the way to get in contact with him. Let's see what else we can get in through this. Let's go ensemble. Yeah, it does kind of sound like that. Okay, so let's create a more complex FM engine now. Do this. So I am going to copy, paste, send as well. And I'm going to grab the level here. Yeah, Mike, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. I'm gonna head out pretty soon too, because I gotta leave. But I'm having fun just messing around with this. It's a lot of things to be discovered here with like what it can do and what it can't do. Yeah, everybody say thanks to Mike. I appreciate you. MSH MSH.audio, mesh.audio, but MSH. You just clean this up. Whoa. All right. Where is this going now? Let's try a couple of other things with this. That's pretty dope. Okay, we got to be careful with this, but this could be cool. Oh my gosh, how cool would it be? Okay, this is the last thing that I'm gonna do, but let's insert a multipass into here now. Let's just like throw a bass rack on this. This one's pretty tame. And let's just see what this does. Crazy. Okay, well, there we go. On that note, I gotta bounce, but if you all are interested in Mesh, I've got an affiliate link in the description where you can find another creator that's supporting it and get the early bird special, which is 150. But other than that, I gotta bounce like immediately, so I will see you all later. Had fun, and I'll catch you all Wednesday. Bye, everybody. Much love.